The biggest form of ignorance is when we associate our identity with our body. Our body is not our identity, but a possession of ours. It's a vehicle through which we can experience existence through whatever mode of manifest reality you have chosen for yourself. It is not that I am the body when I'm in pain, I am in pain. No, the body is in pain. The body is going through something. So, whatever it is, when we start to cast our body aside as the identity of us, we open the gateway to experiencing so much more of us. And a spiritual awakening usually will give us that experience. But what about those of us, or what about when we haven't even had a taste of a spiritual awakening, have no spiritual mindedness, or are not even inclined towards that way of life? When things don't make sense at the gross body level, at the gross reality, right? When science can't explain things, when matter to matter, an understanding of existence using matter to understand matter, right, is limited. It will not be able to explain a lot of phenomena. Phenomena such as near-death experiences, right? There will be people who speak about going down a tunnel. My own brother, in fact, when he was very, very little, he went through an experience called pericarditis, and it resulted in all sorts of other things. There was a clot that was found in his legs, which then traveled up to his heart. There was inflammation around the heart. Now, I remember him saying that I could just hear the doctors said that his heart had stopped beating. So physically, technically, he was dead, right? By the way, he's still alive and kicking. But what happened in that short amount of time? Where did he go? Right? He would have experienced something, which he did. He saw something, or he felt something, but he felt something completely otherworldly that you cannot explain. There are so many such moments in a person's life that one simply cannot put it down to matter, right? And there are things like, something like Kundalini, you cannot explain it, although there is so much ongoing research by various organizations, various committees and bodies about what it is physiologically, what it is biologically, right? Now, think about this, that there will be times, or there would have been times, when you've had a vision of something, right? You've had a dream, and you have moments and you say, oh, deja vu. I feel like I've already done this. And somehow certain things just fall into place. And you think, how did that happen? Right? So there are lots and lots of experiences that cannot be explained using matter to matter, using physical reality or science, psychology, right? And it is only now that even quantum jumping, quantum physics, that is also gaining momentum. There's so much that is gaining momentum, and it's not that these things have never been there. It's all been there, but they are just being discovered. And another thing, it's not that they were never discovered before. All that we're experiencing right now as our spiritual awakening and the world going through ascension, folks, this has happened before. We are not the first people on this in this existence. These are things that have happened many times before. There are civilizations that have come up, been dissolved. There are ages that we have gone through, right? And that we have gotten through. Example, now we are in the information age. We're in the age of artificial intelligence. So matter and understanding existence are two different things, right? You cannot understand the entirety of existence, first of all, because it's not something that can be understood. Because to understand needs to go through the mind, requires knowledge, requires delving into something. So to understand is basically jnana, right? But to be able to delve deeper into the fabric of our existence, right? This is where you require an abdication, right, of any sensory input. This will make you highly sensory, by the way, as well, right? So you're expanding the level of your sensory perception by opening these floodgates into existence. You're opening yourself, right? So whether or not you've gone through a spiritual awakening, whether you're on a spiritual path or not, when we are simply open, fluid, flexible, right? When you just open to the possibility, just open to the possibility of life, right? When we have that, no matter how life happens, you'll find that because of that open door to the possibility, whether you believe in things or not, that's a different story, right? You'll always find that there will be nuggets of wisdom. You will know what to do, right? Life will be a flow. It'll be a flow. When we hold on to, no, this is the way things are, right? This is this little square that we are inside of, and I know nothing beyond that, right? And when we have our blinkers on, and if we carry our life forward or backward, right, we will just be stuck in that cycle. There won't be any room to maneuver because you've only given yourself that cube or that circle, right? So you'll just be hitting against the walls and coming back because there'll be no transformation. There are some of us who will exist for the sake of existence. They are just there. We're just there, right? It's like, a sandwich filler or a space filler. That's just there. That doesn't make the whole sandwich. That doesn't make the whole thing, right? So some of us are just sort of passing clouds, right? And there will be some of us who will tap into that, will tap into it. Folks, the magic happens when, as we are ascending, as we're going through our motions, is never ever think that you've arrived. Never. I know it does feel sometimes, now this is it. But it never is it, because remember, we are at the threshold of experiencing the entire existence, which is infinite. So that infinity unfolds gradually, whether it's in this lifetime or takes many lifetimes. So much love. Take care of your manifest reality.